I think
there's a reason why they're not covering them, and they're gonna have to.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to. You're gonna have no choice. Because I guarantee you, every single album he puts out after this, it's gonna hit that number one again and again and again. You can't ignore this kid.
What's up? This is No Big Deal representing Middle Tennessee and Indie Tribe. You are now in the field with the Trackstarz.
Yeah, back in the field with the Trackstarz. Ryan Righteous, SEANTANA, DJ Jeremiah. What's good?
All right, this episode is sponsored by Loso's Entourage Winning Weekend. You have an opportunity to come to Atlanta to see Loso battle B-Dot. You can join his entourage. There'll be a meet and greet here at the studio. You can travel with him as he goes to his interviews. The way you enter the contest, you go to Loso's website, everythingloso.com. Download the track for Work It Out, the instrumental or the song, whatever, whoever gets you in your mood. But you got to either do a dance for it on Instagram or do a verse on Instagram. And on October 11th, Loso is going to pick the grand prize winner. You have to find your own way to Atlanta, but once you get here, you will be able to go out on the stage with Loso as he battles B-Dot. You'll be able to do the interviews. You'll be able to come kick it with us. So it's a great, great opportunity to join Loso's Entourage Winning Weekend. All right?
All right, so it's out. NF Perception came out. It's number one on iTunes.
Overall.
Huge. NF stays on iTunes.
Yeah, he does.
He's grown a really, really, really big fan base. And the album came out, so we're going to listen to it, and then we're going to give our opinion on it. Let's go. Yeah. NF. So what you think?
We're going to let Ryan go first.
What you think, man?
Yeah, I've been listening to it a lot here lately. I think it has a good balance. It has it's not all, I guess, dark sounding or what some people would say, but it's it has a good balance. The one song, I'm not sure what it's called, but it's it kind of has like singing in it and stuff.
Yeah.
It has it's good. It's really good.
All right, what y'all think, man?
I loved it. I love it. There's a common thought that he is a bit monotone, right? Or his music lacks diversity, right? And so in the last album, it was a lot of loud. It sounded like rant. It was just a consistent, constant rant throughout the whole entire joint. But in this one, and last time, everything felt dark, right? And so I'm pulling even comments from people who are commenting in our Trackstarz universe, right? They're saying that definitely music before sounded dark and every song kind of sounded the same. But this album showed his diversity. This album showed his potential and it showed his growth as an artist, right? To use different flow patterns, to use different song styles, and to kind of venture into some different places. And I love the fact that he did that on this album, right? He did venture into a few different places, but he still shows, and I'm going to use it again, his lyrical prowess. He shows how phenomenal he is as a flow master and as somebody who has tremendous range as far as lyricism.
Yeah, so for me, dude, NF doesn't really allow you to form an opinion of him, right? Like, his songs he tells you how to feel if you don't like him. He tells you that he won't like you if you this. It's just like, it's all over the place, and I like it. I like the song. I like the album. Man, golly, he's an artist. He's very talented artist. He's a storyteller. He draws you in. Music videos and things of that nature, I don't really get. I get where he's going with it, but it's just not really my taste. But the album itself is good. Now, I will say this. It's an album, for me, it's mood music. I have to be in a mood to listen to that album all the way through. Or I could listen to an individual song if it's in my phone. I'm like, oh yeah, you know what, I'm working out. This would be a good song to work out to. But for me, mood albums don't really win with me for long. Like, they are, once you get the song, once you get the words, it's just like, it is what it is. You got to be in a mood. Like, honestly, I actually felt angrier after I listened to the album. For some reason, I was like, what is this feeling I have right now? But I was just real short patience last night, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. But the album itself is just like, when you hear it, you want to pray for him, right? You just want to pray for him because it sounds like everything he says is really coming from a place of emotion. So you just really like, you know what? I'm glad he's a Christian. I'm glad he's doing well in this genre, or, you know, in the space that he's in. But yeah, I still just want to pray for him, man. Make sure everything's good because this is to me it was dark.
I don't necessarily know if he feels like that anymore. Like if he actually has this anger that's like harboring in him. Like in that last song, I think he holds on to that because he knows that his fan. Like now is this whole thing, right? If he just turns into a happy rapper, is he now like passionless, right? He mentions that in his last song. Right? Is he now like, oh, he doesn't have the passion anymore? He's a has-been, right? And so people will doubt his skill set, and then they'll doubt his growth if he just completely lets go of that style. So he's actually in a bit of a quandary, right? And so
yeah.
I feel like, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's mood music at some points, but I mean, you can't deny the growth.
No, it's incredible. Good. It's good. It's definitely good. It's definitely a good project. I just think that for me, it's just you listen and you get different feelings. You get, like I said, he's telling everybody how to feel. Like, you know, if you don't like this, turn it off. If you think
feel
I'm,
like
if
he was
I'm
talking
weird,
to you?
Yeah, I mean, he's critical of everybody listening.
Do you feel like he was talking to you? That you didn't
Are you
like
critical of NF?
No, I'm not critical of NF. Nah, I'm
Then
not.
he's not talking to you.
I'm not. But what I'm saying is, but y'all know me. Y'all know I rarely ever buy albums. So for me, it's like, for you to win with me, I have to be. It has to have a gimmick to it. So that's just what it is for me.
That's not what he meant.
Say what?
Gimmick.
For me, it has to have a gimmick. It has to be like a song that you can ride to. It has
Not
to be
gimmick.
a dance
You
song,
don't mean
whatever.
a gimmick. You mean
A banger.
another style.
Yeah, there you
Gimmick
go.
is like he wears clown makeup.
Oh, well, yeah, no,
Oh, I like that.
that didn't mean that word.
I'll buy that. All right.
I'll
Hey,
buy
yo.
that for $1.
Somebody said that NF has the best flow in all of CHH. Where do y'all stand with that statement?
I don't think so.
Mm.
I think he's good. I think he is the cream of the, from sale wise, he's the cream of the crop right now. I would say his flow is it is, but I think it's reminiscing of somebody. So when it's reminiscing of somebody, people may not give him as much credit because he may sound like somebody, or he may do this. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Especially in the hip hop world. I'm not thinking of just Christian hip hop. I'm thinking about in the hip hop world, because right now when you're number one overall, that says something. That's
He's
not just
number one overall, right?
Yeah, he was number one overall, like overall music, not just hip hop.
Yeah.
So that says something. So now people are gonna start looking more and more at him.
What does it say?
I think it says, one, he has a legit fan base. One, because like I said, unless Capital is doing some miraculous things, but rather than that, I wouldn't doubt if you wouldn't see him on Sway soon. Like I could see Sway trying
He
to get
should've
him
been
on
on
that.
that.
Sway.
Well,
Yeah.
well, that's something Mowgli brought up. He said, how come nobody else is covering him in mainstream? He's number one. He's been consistently in the top 10.
Yeah.
Old albums are consistently in the top 10. Why aren't they? He doesn't present himself as this Christian artist, so why
Yeah.
aren't they accepting him?
It doesn't seem like he really cares about it. In the interviews that I've listened to, it's just like, I'm here to make music.
In the interviews, which ones? Has he made it? I haven't seen a recent interview.
You're
I
right.
ain't seen one recently. I guess maybe from the start he wasn't concerned about.
So
all
maybe
that.
he's denying some of those
I think
interviews.
he's turning him down.
Maybe
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
turning
yeah.
them. Yeah, maybe he's turning them down because I mean he's on Madden, right? And so he's been on Madden, but he was on Madden, and I can see him really rising up all the time. People, I mean his fan base is ridiculous. The amount of listens he gets on Spotify is
Yeah.
crazy. It makes no
But
sense.
I think the thing is a mixture of both. And honestly, I would say this, and this is a jump out the window statement. I think it's 60-40. I think 60% of his fans are non-Christian, 60% are non-Christians, and 40% are Christian.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he's
Yeah.
not one of them dudes that. He's one of them dudes. If you say, yo, we got a dude that can rap that's Christian, yo, check him out. Versus a youth group saying, a youth pastor saying, yo, you need to listen to this, based off of content of saying, like, you see what I mean? Like,
Yeah, but what's interesting, he's getting the same Lecrae push though.
but is that from?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
But I've heard I've had people contact me through my personal like social media page and say, as a youth pastor, I'm not going to recommend NF's album to my kids because he doesn't talk about Jesus enough. He doesn't. And I won't say that about this album. This album, I think the person that was really bothered by a therapy session.
Wow.
Right? Really bothered by a therapy session that told me this. So for this album, I'd say maybe that doesn't become the problem.
But who is this person? Because it depends on the demographic. Wow. It does. It depends.
This person is a Caucasian pastor.
Okay. Okay.
Was that a silencer? Because you thought it was somebody African American.
What did you think it was?
I'm thinking you talking about your own church.
No. I'm saying this person's telling me that they're not going to push this to their youth.
Well, I understand. I can understand
pretty sure
why,
he's gonna be okay.
but at the same time,
There's millions of other ones that will. though.
Yeah.
I'm not negating that. I'm just
how
saying that he had a problem with the fact that there was no Jesus references on that album.
How much is this of a Eminem situation too? Like where it's like
Okay. Yes.
we have to talk about that because at the same time Eminem has been gone and there's some rumor that he's coming out with an album.
Yeah.
But for some people it could be like
Fix.
not even fixed, but I'm just saying
big
for some people it
difference.
could be like, yo, this guy reminds me of M, so I'm gonna digest this until M comes.
There's a big
I'm
difference.
just asking that
between
question.
him
I'm
and Eminem.
not saying he
So-
is.
There's a huge difference between him and Eminem, and y'all have to see that.
What?
Like the big difference. Okay, so Eminem, yes, they're both Caucasian and they're both
from
rapping and
Michigan.
it's both angry,
From Michigan.
right? Okay, awesome. But at the same time, no, really, at the same time, the people who like Eminem used to target groups of people, right?
So is he.
No, he used to target groups.
Oh, you mean to attack?
Yeah,
Okay.
he used to target and attack groups of
Well,
people.
he's doing
No,
this.
no, no,
he's
no,
doing
no.
it subliminally, though.
No,
Yeah.
but he did it outright. Like he outright targeted groups
No,
of
we're
people.
not talking about
that's
about
not what
2000
made
M.
Eminem-
I'm talking
yeah.
about like 09 M now. Like I can hear NF do
Even
I'm Not
if-
Afraid. I can hear
even
NF
if
on
M-
those type of records.
Even if this
But I think
M-
he's scared to go to those records because people gonna remind him of
No, this,
M.
that M was vulgar
Yeah, but
and
yeah,
outlandish for no
we're
reason.
talking about
There's a difference.
sound, not tactics.
I understand sound, but I think that big difference is always there in the way he would flow and the way he would like attack certain things. I think this is different because he's a lot more
Yeah,
introspective.
but Eminem fans weren't single Eminem fans; they were
Yeah.
album Eminem fans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing about NF
It's
is he makes
different, though. He
great
is different.
albums. His albums are he always starts off giving you that rapid fire,
Yeah.
and then like even this one ending with the rapid fire. But I think the album was a good album. And I think this is most diverse, like you said. This is the most diverse NF album.
So this is what I could tell we have the same favorite artist. I could tell that NF. He probably, from my take on it, from what I heard from him talking about it, I don't think he hates the comparison. He hates the comparison if it's just about being white, which
Yeah.
is not.
Yeah.
It's clear that this is somebody he looks up to because I feel that same way. And where they won with him is they nailed their target. This is the same demo that Eminem hit. Not the same tactics,
Yeah,
but the same
it's different.
demo. It's the same like angsty teen white. And I can say that because I'm not white and it hit me.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But it is the same demo. Like if you look at his video, the video he put out
with a plane.
no,
He was in a
the one
plane?
that just came
Green
out.
Lights.
No.
Outcast.
Outcast, yeah.
Okay.
Everybody there was white. I mean, maybe minus one or two, but like that's the demo. That's the demo, and it's like unapologetically the demo. That's who he's speaking for, and it's not bad. But he nailed that demo. He nailed it. And I think there's this like feeling of yes, he's speaking for me. That's how I feel. I feel moody. I feel like people don't understand me. I feel like I need to rage against this thing. And he speaks for them.
he does.
And they nailed their target. Like,
Maybe that's what it is.
bullseye.
I can't relate.
So how much is this is like the Christian audience? Like how does this album is not enough Christian, or is just knowing his from Mansion to now, is it like this is the more Christian album or what?
Well, it sounds the same, but I think he also, what's good is that he hasn't shied away from it.
Yeah.
He still talks like I talked to God about this. Da, 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 da. He's still speaking as a Christian
Yeah.
kid. He's not speaking as a Christian kid in church.
Gotcha.
He's
Yeah.
speaking as a Christian kid at school.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And I think or in his neighborhood. That's the way the project is directed. So that means I think his net is super, super wide. Like the concerts are crazy. And I think it's more so because this guy understands me than it is this guy's preaching to me. I don't think they care about that part. I think it's
Yeah.
really, he understands me. And I understand those feelings. I understand he sneak disses a lot of people. I appreciate that. I mean, I did. I snuck diss people that will
do.
never know. Will never
he's
know that they
clever.
got dissed on my joint. But he does that constantly. But it's motivation for him to write. Like he said that
Jesus.
his emotions kind of drive his pen, and I understand that. When I have to write about something I don't care about, it's like, what rhymes with? You know, it's a different experience versus like when you care and when you're almost talking to a person specifically, but you got to do it, pretend like it's not.
Yep.
Oh man, it's like it comes out easy, and I think that's where he is. I think when he goes in to write, he's like, oh, every little thought I had while I was on tour, every thought I had about my mom, or every thought I had about this person shaking my hand when they look like they don't like me, he uses it. He uses it when he writes, and if he doesn't have anything to say, he doesn't have anything to write.
Using that?
I think that's where he may feel stuck. If he ever wants to change
that's what
direction,
we're talking about.
he can't. He can't. I mean,
He can.
He can't. Like he would feel the pressure not to. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like he has developed a sound. He's developed a lane. I think he did veer. I heard a little Drake in there. I heard some other influences in there. I like singing Nate. I think he sounds good singing. I like NF's off-speed pitches. To me, Dreams, I love that. Green Lights, where it's not just straight. It's kind of like, it's a little swaggy. I like that version of NF more. But to me, I think he has so many good joints on here. It was strong. I thought it was strong. I wasn't in the mood for it when I first heard it. When I heard it again, you could hear the ability. Like his ability shines on this. And he had enough of the off-speed stuff to keep me interested. Because I can't take
Would
a
you say-
whole
Why is
album of
rapping
that.
fast like? And I probably could ask you this. Why is rapping fast so like mesmerizing right now? It's been like
It's actually losing steam right now.
It's been ever since Busta did it on Chris Brown joint. Like it's almost like if you can rap fast, man, it's
of people
amazing.
like this right here?
But it doesn't do to me. It doesn't show me your skills. It shows
Nah,
me like
not
you
as
can
much.
rap. You could
No,
do different
that's
things.
skill. That's instrument.
No, I'm not saying it's not a skill. I'm saying it doesn't show me as a like
That you
somebody
can write.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You gotta hear
because
what they're
the
saying.
reason
while
I
they're
know
going
I'm
fast.
I'm telling the truth is because you don't know half of what people are saying when they rap fast.
That's fine, but I can
that-
go back and look at the Genius
Yeah,
lyrics.
but
and
the point is
figure it
that
out.
it's harder to write when you don't have that thing to lean on. Because if you actually break down what most people are doing when they rap fast, it's filler words. Most of it just to keep it
I get my
connected.
hat at the matter.
It's a lot of filler.
Like,
But when you slow down
good
and you got to
stuff.
spit metaphors and
great
stuff,
stuff.
it's a lot. You gotta be saying something.
Wait.
seriously.
It's great stuff.
That's not always the case. Sometimes, especially in
I'm a
NF's case,
fast rapper.
But NF,
No,
NF
but-
didn't go like blazing fast on none of this stuff.
Yeah,
Like, it was in his pocket.
No, but
he went fast that time, but
he took me on a ride, so I was excited about the ride.
it's the passion. Some people get caught up in that. Like when people are rapping fast, it's almost like they're just delivering their whole like all their feelings and emotions, and it's one thing in
Not
that,
everybody.
it's just rage, right? Well, not everybody, but in F's case, that's the situation,
Yeah, but
right?
that's not what he likes. He just
Canon.
likes the.
Nah, but like okay, either way, I feel like
all I'm saying, it doesn't make
it
you.
does challenge your writing.
It doesn't.
It's hard to do. I'm
It
not
is
saying-
hard.
it's hard.
It
But
is hard.
when we're thinking about writing from the New York context is, which you're not saying nothing important. He is. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking
Yeah.
about fast rappers.
Yeah.
It's harder to say deep things when you're going 50 miles.
Well, I
100
heard
miles.
some
Doesn't
people
matter.
do
Sometimes you're
different.
saying
dudes.
Eminem
things.
is good at it.
Yeah,
He's good at
Twista.
it. But not everybody that raps fast is good at saying things that
Meaningful
if you
stuff.
read it, you'd be like, oh snap,
Yeah.
that's really interesting. You know.
I just think I don't want one thing. I don't want
That's
him
not-
to get
that's not always true.
pigeonholed. I don't want people to just be like the angry Christian white rapper is this guy here and pigeonhole him into because I would love to see him rap on other beats too, man. Honestly,
Yeah. But he's
wanna see him on some
he's
feature.
carved out a sound that's very is noticeable. Like when you hear when the next song comes up, it's like this is NF2. This is NF2.
he
You
has
can
a
hear it.
sound.
He has a sound. He does.
But he's not
Yeah.
really.
But it
Since
is.
Mansion.
It's a sound that he morphed. Of course, he borrowed what he took from Eminem, but you could hear that the sound he actually has is different than Eminem.
Yeah.
He sneaks back into the Eminem pot sometimes. I heard it on Outkast. He kind of delved into the like the Eminem. He changed
Yeah.
his voice and stuff. But when he gets back into the NF sound, it's different.
Yeah.
It's not the same as Eminem. I think people are just used to saying that, but it sounds totally different.
Yeah.
That's
Like
what I
when
was
he's
saying
talking,
earlier.
sort
Yeah.
of.
When he's in that sound, but he floats. Sometimes he goes back to it.
But I did say that earlier. There's a
his
difference in that
actual
sound.
is unique. It's totally different.
Yeah,
My point has been proven.
I get it. I get why he's so popular. I get why they like him. I get why he's a good artist too. I almost feel like he's not commercial in a sense where you don't
Not
see him
what's
doing.
happening out there.
Yeah. You don't see him.
So why aren't they covering him? He's outselling
Like
all of them.
Like mainstream.
Why are they not
because I
covering him?
think
Because he sound like a hero. That's hard.
I think
I think
You mean the older writers?
I'm talking about the rap radars, the
They
you know.
still haven't gotten over the fact
They
that they
love
think he's
Eminem.
Biden. Yeah.
So for an old school head or a dude that grew up in the 90s writing about 90s 2000, they love Eminem. So he's like, you gonna tell me I gotta cover a
Here's my thought.
quote unquote copycat of Eminem?
Here's my thought, and I don't know if it's crept into NF's head. Probably not. He'll probably say something about this on the next one. But Eminem is still rapping.
Yeah.
When does this hit Eminem's radar? And is he ready for that smoke?
When he see
It's
line for line,
already-
Eminem versus
it's already.
Eminem.
No. If Eminem sees him as a problem that he needs to solve,
Oh,
is he ready for that? 'Cause that would be an interesting situation.
Right
I
now,
don't
if
think
you're
NF
the
is
number
scared
one
of that.
person album, if you have the number one album,
I just want to know when does
iTunes?
when does Eminem? I said Eminem.
yeah, I said it.
Eminem.
When does Eminem notice that NF is killing it?
He's noticing it now, right?
think so?
Yeah, you
Absolutely,
can't
right?
not
Yeah, you
notice
got
it.
to.
So you can't
does
not
he
notice it.
does he appreciate it? Because it's from the same state. Does he appreciate it? Like this is a sound I helped craft, and he's taking it forward,
Or he may
does
feel
he
like,
see it
yo,
as get out of my lane?
Yeah, he
depends.
may feel like
No,
that.
Maybe like I got
I
stepped
doubt.
up.
Depends.
I doubt Eminem has anything to. I doubt Eminem sees this as a threat.
Two
Does he
things.
has other targets?
Two things. One.
Eminem is going to target something.
Two things. One.
No,
Slim Shady Part 2.
The Christian,
I'm seeing
the
him
Christian
doing it.
part does play a part, right? Just him being a Christian artist
Can
plays a
Eminem
part.
rap slow?
That plays a part. But then two, also, if you listen back to his interviews, he's always paying homage to Eminem,
This
and
was
that might be
3
okay.
years ago. What is he saying now?
Probably
He said
still
you
the
sound
same
bad.
thing.
He sound, I'm not a rap guy. Y'all heard, you heard what
Yeah,
he
he,
said.
did.
he
He
said that.
mentioned it.
Yeah, I heard
He
that
sounded
part.
like Eminem when he said it.
He did. Yeah.
He
But-
did.
So my only thing is for him, has he planned his move if that happens?
So
is
you're
he
saying
gonna
if-
respond?
No,
Is
he can't
gonna
respond.
You think
reach out?
Eminem-
You can't respond.
Nah, I don't think so.
You can't respond.
Honestly, I don't think.
I'm just saying, be prepared.
you can
I
be
don't-
prepared
just in
for
case.
it, but you
NF, just have something ready to go, either in a positive direction or a clapback
There is-
direction, and make
don't
sure
get,
it's right.
Don't get mad when I make this comparison because I know y'all are all gonna freak out. But it's kind of like when Method Man dissed Waka and Waka was like, "Yo, that's meth. I ain't saying nothing else about it. That's it." So it's almost gonna be like that situation
He can
where
respond that
he
way.
can respond,
Or-
but
That
he's
wasn't
not
bad,
going
right?
to respond.
Yeah, that
If
wasn't a bad
M comes out
situation.
and says something bad,
I was expecting something different.
if M comes, I just didn't want y'all to think I was bringing Waka into a conversation of rapping.
yeah,
So
that wasn't bad.
That's what he does for a living, though. But okay.
right.
That's a good point, Aaron.
So what I'm saying is like if you're an NF and
I
you
hope he
hear
does-
it,
I hope he
you
doesn't
fall
take it down.
back. You're like, okay, it's cool.
That's the OG. I respect him.
Nah, man,
I
forget
appreciate
that.
the fact that he's heard my music.
Blast back.
That's the
I'm
PR
a Christian. I
move
can only
right
go
there.
so far with that.
right.
Like,
I say blast back.
Blast
if-
back.
Yeah, blast back. I mean, you won't win because the masses will be behind Eminem, right? But I mean, at least
you
they'll
also
respect
don't
you
you
wanna
and
also
fight
have a
back.
filter as to what you can and
Also,
can't
but
say.
hold on, real quick. You're also putting your
does have a
fan
filter.
base in a tough position
Yeah.
because a lot of his fan base probably also would like Eminem.
Yeah.
So you don't want to. I mean, there's a younger, older generation gap where they could still probably go against each other, but who you gonna side with in that situation?
Lion situation, man. Look, if you want to be the king, you know what I mean. You have to go against the older lion, and so sometimes you may have to take that fight.
Let's just
Man,
pray
take
it doesn't happen because Eminem.
I think it'll be fun.
I hope that Eminem sees this
People's
as,
names are getting
Yeah.
out there, folks. So when their names
Yeah.
getting out there and you start to see the industry recognize selling
Numbers,
Yeah.
yeah.
and in numbers.
I'm not-
And he's a priority at Capitol Records.
But hold on,
And
I'm
this
not
is-
saying that Eminem is gonna say anything obvious. I'm gonna like a sneak diss, like NF does. Like you can tell, but it ain't like direct.
When was the last time he did talk about like? I mean, the closest thing from this was like KJ.
He hasn't done it in a while.
Eminem don't sneak. Eminem, I don't know how often Eminem sneak this. I think he's very outright.
That's what you mean. He's blatantly like.
And I think that's the difference
like
between
NF
and Eminem. Like the difference is Eminem just says it straight out, and NF may sneak this, but Eminem is more like, I'm dissing you right now at this moment.
So I have a question.
I think
Do something about
NF
it.
would have to get a lot more pub before Eminem would feel the need to say anything. I would say, and I hope if that happens, that Eminem says, I appreciate you. Sorry, TV is going crazy.
Yeah, so I have a question. Where does this go first week album sales? Where does this go?
100,000 copies the first week.
It's gonna be.
I think it's more than that. It's gonna be.
What if he go to
His Vivo channel from yesterday is already at 500,000 views.
That don't matter. Well, it does matter.
Oh, now it does.
Now
Yeah.
24 hours?
As of right now, it matters.
Yeah.
Last week, maybe not, because they're counting YouTube views.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it may matter now.
It's gonna be insane.
It's gonna be big.
And that's
support
just
is for real.
And that's just one song. He's got every song listed as a YouTube clip. So you're talking about going through every song. Every song is getting 500,000.
Let's just say this: he murdered his fan base, man. He gave them something. Like the whole time I was hearing it, I was like, yo, he could do this at the show. He could do this at the show.
Yeah.
He could do this one at the show. He could even do the singing joints at the show. Like he nailed it. Every single track was like a perfect hit at his target. Perfect.
Brian, have you ever been to NF show?
Yeah, I went last year to Chattanooga. It was really good.
Really?
Yeah.
Is he just with a DJ by himself, or is it?
I think he
him and
was
a
by
band?
himself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the DJ I think was like he was up in front and the DJ was like in the back, like part of the venue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good show.
And he how long was he on stage for?
I think it was like maybe 45 minutes. Well, something like that.
But he was by himself. It was his show though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. And he had opening acts or
Yeah, and then he had the Fergie, I think her name is. She sang on the Mansion album.
Oh, okay.
That's her name, right?
I don't think it's Fergie, but I think I know what you're talking about.
But
Yeah,
was she
yeah.
opening act?
She did open up. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think that was the only opening.
Well, this is what I see coming. I see where he's going to be on. He beat Tom Petty. Now think about this.
Tom Petty just died.
When people die, no.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
When people die, they stuff rockets up.
Yeah.
The fact that he beat Tom Petty this week,
Yeah.
that's scary. And I think it's gonna start getting to the point where people won't be able to ignore this kid no more.
Yeah.
They won't be able to. He's gonna be at the top of every list. How you gonna ignore him after that?
I don't think he's being ignored right now.
I think he is being ignored right
By
now.
who?
Everybody.
Yeah.
Whether he turns down interviews or not, people should still be talking about him. They're not talking about him.
Imagine him going up to Sway that works for Shady Radio and kill that.
Oh, so you think there's some blackballing happening?
No, I'm just saying I want to see him on Sway because I think his time like.
Oh, he could
But I
definitely-
think like Sway, the closest Christian rappers, of course, was Lecrae and
Do you
Andy.
think there's going to be any behind
Social
the,
Club.
Do you think there's going to be any behind the scenes reaching out
from who?
from camps?
I'm pretty
Like
sure.
we see you, we just want to talk to you, make sure everything is okay. I just feel like there's going to be some behind the scenes conversations happening, either in a positive way or a negative way.
About what?
Coming up with NF and Shady Records. There's people obviously gonna notice this kid. They're gonna notice that there's some resemblance. Something's gonna happen. There's gonna be some conversations, either with executives or somebody gonna have to talk.
Oh, snap.
Because
He's out at Capitol.
there's a reason why they're not covering them, and they're
Yeah.
gonna have to.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to. You're gonna have no choice. Because I guarantee you, every single album he puts out after this, it's gonna hit that #1 again and again and again. You can't ignore this kid.
Yeah, it's because he's Christian, so I was thinking the mainstream, it's sort of maybe uncomfortable for
And that's why I think there's behind the scenes
that- for the
conversations
world.
that are gonna have to happen because I don't think they understand what's happening right now. That's my thought. All right, man, let's get back into it. You in the field with the Trackstarz, Ryan Righteous, SEANTANA, DJ Jeremiah. Let go.
Hey guys, Miracle here. Thank you so much for watching that episode. Make sure you go below, like it, subscribe, click the bell, and make sure you follow us on all forms of our social media. Also, check out our website and be sure you spread the word. We'll see you next time.
Know not what we doing. Screw that, they know, let them have it, do it. Okay, I'm erratic, prove it. Never mind, got a mind that'll wind up with me in a lineup behind bars with these bars. Okay, my time's up. Team Freedom, yeah, we not through yet. All right.
Trackstarz Music presents.
Turn my volume up. Turn me off.